What's up guys, Ashley the Cat, and I have something really cool for y'all. I am in a new league called Major League Pokemon. Well, it's new to me. They're in their 6th season. I took over for a good buddy of mine, Eric, who runs the Colorado Mamoswine. I was his co-coach for this league, and due to some real life stuff, he had to back out. So that's why I'm not doing a draft analysis video. We're already 2 weeks into this league, and I don't really have the time to be making a draft analysis video and not recording my battles. I've decided not to. In case you have been watching my channel, you'll notice that I haven't uploaded any Nuzlockes with Fat Graham, and that's just because we're having a lot of fun playing, but not necessarily recording. He's not really into YouTube that much, and I am, but not when I'm trying to play with my friend. Like, we were just having a really good time doing a versus, and the recording and stuff was fun, but we were not playing the game when we wanted to because we didn't want to record. So I just decided to kind of do away with that for now. I'm going to try and stick with what my draft league kind of stuff. I may do some solo Nuzlockes, but I won't record those until I have at least upload those until I have at least 15 or 16 episodes, just to make sure I'm not going to back out on it, and also so that I don't have to worry about hitting content droughts. But right now I'm going to focus on draft league content, and I'm going to start off this video talking a little bit about this team I inherited. Now, I did help draft it a little bit, but I was not the main mastermind behind the draft plan here. I am really happy to have Deoxys because I've never gotten to use a Deoxys form, and Deoxys D is one of the best spike setters in the format, or I guess in any format. It's an absolute tank, and I'm really excited. It gets a lot of cool, unique moves, and I don't know, it's usually banned, so I'm super excited to have gotten a Deoxys form on my team. Raikou is one of my favorite electric type legendaries. I have super weird niches that I put a lot of Pokemon in because I love most Pokemon. I like a lot of the designs and everything. We're not here to talk about that. Raikou is fantastic. It gets good coverage. It's a really nice special attacker. Arcanine is... if you've seen any of my videos, you've heard me rant on and on about Arcanine. I love Arcanine. I get it in almost every league I'm in, and I'm very excited that this team has Arcanine, and that Arcanine is one of my Z users, because that's typically something I definitely like to run. We also have Mamoswine, who is a very formidable attacker. I've used Mamoswine a lot laddering in OU, and I definitely like it. Lucario is my Brawl main, which is pretty much the most important thing I have to say. I've always considered it... I got into competitive battling with X and Y when Mega Lucario was running rampant, and I did use Mega Lucario a little bit, but that was back in my phase of, oh no, these Pokemon are too strong, I don't want to use them, and when I lost a lot, and so I never really used Lucario. I'm excited to have him in this league. Kyurem is a really cool dragon type Pokemon as well as an ice type. It's no Kyurem Black, but it definitely gets the job done, and people underestimate Kyurem a lot. They see Kyurem and they think, oh, it's not Kyurem Black, but that thing can still lay the pipe. You gotta watch out. Comfey is a fantastic fairy type. It can easily 6-0 teams that aren't prepared, because triage is, in my opinion, one of the best abilities in the game. Priority healing with healing moves and attacks, that's bananagrams. I'm a huge fan of Comfey. Venusaur is a fantastic poison grass type, and it's probably going to serve to be a great counter to any of the Tapus that are trying to walk my way. I'm not sure if Tapu Lele is banned in this league, actually. I haven't had the chance to look through at everybody's teams individually, but the other Tapus, Venusaur walls very well. We also have a Jellicent here. Jellicent was a mon that I wasn't excited about having. I've never used it. I like the design a lot, but it wasn't anything I was super excited about. But after using it these last 2 weeks, I can say I'm really happy to have Jellicent on the team. I like Jellicent. It's a lot better than I thought it was. And, shout out to Eric for putting together a good draft that that's easy to use, because I didn't expect... Looking at this team, I expected it to be intricate with his team building and everything, but he does a great job with helping me team build it. And Mega Aggron is an absolute fantastic Pokemon. Multiple people I've talked to have said that Mega Aggron is one of their favorite Megas in the format, and I can see why. The pure Steel typing is great for defensiveness, especially with its unreal defensive stats. It gets some good, Heavy Slam is absolutely crazy with Mega Aggron. Stealth Rocks, I'm a big fan of Mega Aggron. And finally Rhydon, which I don't really anticipate bringing that much, just because I I have a better ground type in Mamoswine, and any defensive role that Rhydon could take on, I kind of would expect Mega Aggron to do the same thing. But anyway, that's just a quick overview of the team. Sorry I'm not going to do a draft analysis for this league. If they let me stick around for Season 2, you'll probably see a draft analysis for that one. But right now, we're just going to move right into our Week 1 game, where we play Darude LeafStorm, and he is the Aberdeen Azelfs. So, as you can see here, he brought Seismitoad, Tornadus, Incarnate, Cofagrius, Volcanion, Umbreon, and Serena. That was a lot of weirdly complicated names for some reason. Anyway, I ended up bringing Deoxys D, Arcanine, Raikou, Lucario, Venusaur, and Jellicent. Now, this match I did very little prep on. I remember that the Azelfs have Mega Gallade, because I remember talking about setting up our Deoxys to take on Mega Gallade until we remembered that it had X-Scissor. But as you can see, he didn't bring that. So we've got some really cool sets here. Most of which, I think the most fun set is the Deoxys D set. It's got Spikes, it's got Cosmic Power, it's got Psycho Shift, and it's got Seismic Toss. Which, if you don't know what Psycho Shift does, it shifts the status from you to another Pokemon. So as you can see here, he's got a lot of different status mons. He's got Serena, which runs Toxic, Umbreon, which can run Toxic, Cofagrius, which can run Will-O-Wisp or Toxic, Tornadus, I'm not sure what exactly status moves it gets. I assume it gets 1 or 2 at least. And we have Skull Burns from Volcanion, so that was a really smart bring on Eric's part. I'm really excited about that. But without further ado, this game's a little bit on the long side, so we're just going to go ahead and drop right into it and get started. So I'm going to lead off with the business, which is Lucario, and they're going to lead off with the Seismitoad. Now, here, I was not trying to take an Earth Power, so I bounced out into Deoxys Defense, my boy Kawhi, which, to be honest, is probably what I should have led with in the first place. But I don't know, man, I tweaked. I got nervous. This league is a little bit more official than some of the other leagues I'm in, so I definitely got nervous playing my first game. But right here, we're going to start trying to lay up some spikes. I did not expect him to go for a sub on the Seismitoad, and besides Venusaur, I don't really know what I have that can stop him from setting up this sub, but he's going to fire off the Toxic onto me, which is fine. I set up a Cosmic Power here instead of getting up spikes for some reason. As I said, I was nervous. I was tweaking a little bit. The earlier part of this game is not as good as the later parts of the game, I feel, but you'll see as we get there. So I'm going to bring in Jellyfriend here to hopefully soak up some of these hits, and it does a pretty good job of tanking that Earth Power there. Now, I need to get this sub down. He is just sitting here racking up leftovers, and after this turn, even if I break the sub, he will be fine. He has nothing to worry about. He'll be back up to full, but I go ahead and hit the Giga Drain and break the sub. But he is faster than me, so if he wants to, he can just keep setting up that sub until I Toxic out. But I'm not sure if that's what he does. Okay, no, he does go for the sub. And I think I'm just going to go right ahead and fire the Giga Drain again. I have no reason to not click Giga Drain. He doesn't really have anything that super resists it besides Serena. And I feel like I have pretty good Serena switch-ins, so let's see what he goes into here. I'm trying to remember. Okay, Umbreon. So this Umbreon is definitely a problem. Umbreon is one of those mons. I've used Umbreon a ton because Umbreon is one of my favorite Pokemon, and that was one of the first Pokemon I had competitively in Pokemon X and Y, or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So I have lots of experience with Umbreon, and did not expect him to double out into Cofagrius here. So, oh, he didn't double, but no, he did double. Yeah, I'm sorry. I did not expect him to double out into Cofagrius here, so I switched into my Lucario, trying to get the jump on his Umbreon. So that was a good switch on his part, knowing that I can't really afford to take Mummy off of this Cofagrius or a Will-O-Wisp. I'm just going to go ahead and switch into Venusaur, seeing as everything else on this team, I feel like it really needs Will-O-Wisp, and if he was going for some other sorts of shenanigans, I didn't really want to sack off anything on the team. I do have a grass move on Raikou, so I'm not too worried about losing this Venusaur in the face of the Seismitoad, but I decided I needed to knock off there. It barely does any damage, which is super depressing, but at least this Cofagrius isn't racking up leftovers anymore, which was pretty much exactly what I wanted. I'm going to switch right into Raikou here, the boy Fang and Tail, and hopefully get something going, anything going, because right now we're hitting at turn of 12, and we really don't have anybody close to being knocked out. He is going to switch right into, I think, Umbreon here on the Raikou, and I'm just trying to knock some damage off on this thing, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the Shadow Ball. That was a good switch on his part. Again, Umbreon is very specially defensive, and Ghost type attacks just ding off of it with no problem whatsoever. So I'm going to set up the Sunny Day here, because Arcanine Under the Sun does some pretty good things to this team, especially since I have Wild Charge for the Volcanion and Close Combat to kind of take care of anything else that doesn't get roasted, like the Seismitoad and the Umbreon. But he's going to go ahead and hit Foul Play on my switch in, giving me my Justified boost. So now I'm in the sun, Justified boosted, and I'm going to go ahead and smash this Fightinium Z because I need to get rid of this Umbreon. Unfortunately, he protects, and as you can see, it is going to do pretty much exactly, pretty much exactly 25% after leftovers, and meaning that had he not protected there, that would have been mine. I could have taken that, but you know, this is the game we play. We live with what we have. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit another close combat here, or hit close combat here, just in case he decides to stay in for some reason and get some damage off on the Volcanion. But obviously it didn't do enough to take it out, so I'm just gonna switch in Venusaur because I genuinely don't care about losing this mon at this point. I know if he didn't have a reason to go for a fire move there, but even if he had, I really would not have cared. I don't expect this Venusaur to be doing a whole hell of a lot for the rest of the match. It does, however, get the knockoff on the Volcanion. I was hoping it would have a different item, because it's always kind of a bummer when you knock off a Weakness Berry that doesn't really affect you. Like, I don't have any ground moves, so knocking off that Shucka really didn't do anything for me because of the damage. But, you know, live and learn. I'm going to go right in here into my Raikou because he has pretty much only the Seismitoad as the Electric Resist, and I can go ahead and tank that Steam Eruption easily. I do have to Calm Mind for some reason. I can't remember why exactly at the time I decided to. I think I anticipated him switching and was hoping to get the full health Calm Mind up, but that wasn't the case. He's just going to go for the Steam Eruption, leave me on 7% as I fire off a Thunderbolt and take out the Volcanion. So 20 turns in the battle, we've had 2 deaths so far overall. It's a pretty evenly matched battle, and I'm absolutely sweating bullets at this point. I was so nervous. I've watched Darude play in other leagues, and I like his commentary and stuff a lot. So I was definitely very nervous playing him. I respect him a lot as a battler, and at this point I'm hyped up and ecstatic that I'm in the game with him as well. So right here I made a really bad mistake and went into Deoxys defense for God knows what reason. I just set the sun up, Serena is out. I really should have gone into Arcanine, especially seeing as Serena is a rapid spin mon, and based on my moves here, I'm just trying to get these spikes up. But oh well, hindsight's 20/20. It's gonna keep trying to rapid spin, and I don't really care because I have the Psycho Shift. I can go ahead and put the Toxic on that boy right there, get some leftovers recovery, and then just continue setting up spikes in my will. It's going to try and Toxic me again, which is fine. It misses. As I said, I don't really care about Toxic at this point because of the Psycho Shift. He doesn't have any status on any of his mons, so as long as I can preserve this Deoxys enough to take a hit from something, I can pass this status on to somebody else, which would be very nice. I see that the Serena has Aromatherapy, which is very unfortunate, but hopefully I don't get locked into a situation where he Toxics me and then lets himself get toxic so that he can't, or so that I can't spread the toxic to him. Does that make any sense? I was worried about shenanigans like that and just him kind of trying to creatively stall me out, but I think I played pretty well here at this point. I'm just going to start setting up Cosmic Powers right now because I know that he can't do anything to me. He doesn't want to switch for whatever reason. He's just keeping it in, and as long as I stay healthy. In retrospect, I should have probably kept the Toxic there and tried to Cosmic Power maybe 1 or 2 more turns, but I don't know, it doesn't really matter. He's going to hit the Toxic here, Toxic me, stay Toxic, and the Serena is going to stay Toxic. And I think at this point it's going to bring it down below the range that I need to get rid of it with a Seismic Toss. If I'm remembering correctly, that is. He may switch out. Yep, he switches out. So he is going to go right into his Seismitoad here and try and set up another sub, which I did not think of at the time. I'm just going to throw up another layer of spikes. I'm Toxic. I think that he's really smart because here, if he sets up the sub and I go for Psycho Shift, that's a free turn to set the sub up. But he had already revealed sub, so I kind of knew what was coming. I just get up another layer of spikes. Now, this is another thing. According to Darude, apparently this Seismic Toss that I'm about to throw out should not be breaking his sub. He has enough HP investment and distribution, whatever, for Seismic Toss not to break the sub, and which is a little unfortunate for him because I think that definitely he could have just walled me out with the Seismitoad right here easily. But fortunately for me, I am just going to be able to keep setting up spikes here and then Seismic Tossing. My goal is I'm sacking off Deoxys D here, but the goal before it dies is to leave with a full layer of spikes up and that sub broken, because if that sub is broken, I can come in and make a good play and take it out or chase it out or do anything. So I get what I wanted, 3 layers of spikes up. Kawhi passes out from the Toxic, and I am just going to go right into my Jellicent here. So, which I don't really know why I did it, and I don't know why he switched. I don't really have anything for it, but he's just gonna go sack off his Serena here and kind of play the field, test the field a little bit, see what I'm going for. I go ahead and hit the Giga Drain, which you can tell. Oh, that's why he switched. I'm so dumb, but he is faster, so we could have gotten a sub up, but I think he knew it was kind of the same old circular song and dance. However, unfortunately, as you can see, Tornadus is going to have the Bloom Doom. I'm not sure what move that's the base off of. I don't use Tornadus that much, but he is going to absolutely nuke my Jelly Friend. I'm going to send in my Doggo, get the, I'm sorry, I'm not Intimidate, I'm Defiant. And he's going to hit the Hurricane, knock me out. And finally, we're going to go into our Raikou, and it is, not Raikou, Lucario, and it's currently 4-on-1. So hopefully the business can get it done. You know, be the business. We missed a Focus Blast, and here I went for Agility because I felt like I needed to be faster. If I was gonna win it all, I definitely had to kill this Tornadus, and I didn't feel like there was any way for me to kill the Tornadus without some Focus Blast misses anyway, you know. So I figured I would just set myself up for success. But as you can see, I get knocked out there. Darude played a great game. I am personally just really excited that I made it to turn 39 with him. He's a great, fantastic battler. I got a lot of respect for him, and I'm really, really excited about this league. This was one of the only leagues where I lost, and I was hype almost, because I kept toe to toe with a really, really good battler, and I proved to myself at least that all I need to do to be successful in this league is just play smarter, do a little bit more prep, not work about my team, but study on the opponent's team to kind of think about what they might bring and how it might affect me. But overall, I'm really happy with myself, and great game to LeafStorm. I can't wait for next time, man. I hope y'all appreciated everything. Well, I guess not appreciated. That makes you sound pretentious as fuck. I hope y'all enjoyed everything. Like, comment, subscribe if you did. This is Ashley. Peace out.